Happy post 4th of July, everybody. First video posted on the channel, one of many to come. This one is just going to be a intro into the kind of content that you guys are going to be seeing. Those that may follow me on my socials, at Cure for Clarity, on all platforms, you know that mostly my content is based around mindset, taking action, discipline, spirituality, putting your faith in Christ above all, and of course, having profound love and respect for yourself. Right now, as you see this beautiful scenery around me, I'm at an amazing getaway spot for the 4th of July. It's not the 4th anymore, it's the day after, but I wanted to film this first initial video for you guys just as a segue into everything else that you guys might see. It's not necessary for you to watch this one. However, as a foundation or a baseline for everything that you guys are going to see later in the future, I highly recommend watching this. So, who even am I, and why am I even starting this channel? 21. I have lived most of my life on a consumption basis and a fear mindset. All of that has led me into living the majority of my life with a lack of direction and ultimately a deep-seated dissatisfaction for my position, my growth, as well as the just opportunities that I've let fly by, and the profound gifts that I know that I could have harnessed early on, that now I'm working on 10x simply to just play catch up with everything else that I feel like I've done a disservice to myself as well as others. Ultimately, that might sound pretty melancholy to a lot of people. However, to me, it's probably the deepest form of pain and motivation that I can harness to transmute that energy into manifesting, so to speak, what I want out of myself and out of life. This journey that I'm on is something that will probably never end. A lot of people out there are also seeking guidance and seeking a sense of direction in oneself, and most people my age do not have that. And it's a problem because that's not something that is just by chance. That is something that is intentionally happening in our culture, our society, that's been thrust upon us in order to make us more lost, more strayed away from God, and ultimately more unhealthy and unable to impact lives of others, as well as bring forth the gifts that we were meant to have by God closer to our grasp. Everything that you guys will see in the future is going to be a documentation as well as sit down talks with you guys for the wisdom that comes forth at the top of my mind and what I utilize in order to keep me pushing forward amidst all of this distraction, chaos, bad habits that I and pretty much everybody else on this planet has, that is keeping them away from the true utmost highest version of themselves at all times. Now, I won't be speaking too much into the specifics of what led me to this point. That will come in later videos and when it is necessary. But to keep it really concise, there is no amount of procrastination and desire that those two things, desire and procrastination, do not go hand in hand. those are works of the devil that he utilizes in order to keep you feeling like you are stuck. Part of this content creation aspect of my life is two things. One, of course, to remind myself of the things I know to be true. Second is to give back to those that may be watching me and may feel lost, like there is no way out. Because I promise you guys, there's a million things that you can right now express gratitude for, and many ways that your life can be completely transformed. There's this great analogy that I like to use when it comes to attaining the things out of life that you were always destined for. Would you rather go out into a field and attempt to catch butterflies one by one, or cultivate a garden to which the butterflies are attracted to endlessly and forever? Of course, cultivating the garden. Most of us are living every single day out of fear of the unknown, of not feeling like what they are working towards is guaranteed, and ultimately simply just allowing life to pass by them without ever harnessing the transformative nature that you hold, that you can employ in the second. You are not your past mistakes. You are not the clothing you wear. You're not the contents of your wallet. You are not the people you hang around with. You are not the car you drive. Understand that all of these things are simply vanity and to cover up your true nature, your spirit inside of you that is longing for growth and eternal happiness and peace. Most people don't understand that. Most people think that life is meant to be lived on a endless pleasure chase and simply to look forward to the weekend when they don't have to work, trying to medicate themselves through all different types of means, whether it be lust, drugs, mindless content, media, and a million different things that ultimately don't contribute to your long-term peace and happiness. I'm here to teach you guys that in order to reach that point in life where you no longer are chasing these things, you must first feel like you have attained them already. You can feel a little sliver of what that peace feels like in the moment by being still and understanding that God is ever present around you 24/7. His voice may not feel as loud as it is when you're out here in this beautiful scenery and just surrounded by creation and all of its perfect system that he's created. But a big factor that contributes to that is there's too much noise. It's too much noise in your mind, and you pay attention to the noise that's always out there trying to distract you from the one truth that you are created from the same source that this whole earth and expansive universe was made from. Your mind is the antenna in order to connect to that higher power. You have the ability to completely change your identity in the moment. When you root your identity in Christ above all else, it's a misconception that your life just completely improves and gets easier. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Yes, you will attain a peace that surpasses all understanding, but your life will also become much more challenging because you realize that you are your own worst enemy. The devil wants your mind. Those that are already in his palm, he does not care to attack. He knows that they are already contributing to his mission. But those that are doing the work of God, you will forever be tested. There will always be tragedy, misery, and pain coming your way, whether you know it or not. But see, where people suffer pointlessly in this hell that we live in, that is the earth, that is run by the prince of the air, Satan, understand that when your heart is rooted into something eternal, everlasting, the rock that you were always meant to stand on, all of that challenge, pain, and suffering, God is suffering with you. He will not strip you of all your problems and all of your worries and tears. He will suffer with you. Everything that hurts and that takes delayed gratification in order to attain is good for you. It heals your soul. It builds your character into something that takes refinement and molding from the higher power in order to get you to that point. It's gonna suck. I'm just gonna tell you point blank period. Most of the things that you guys are gonna see on this channel, you'll notice most people don't want to admit it, but striving for more, to give back more to the world, and to be, have, and do more, for the most part, it's extremely difficult in order to not veer off the path and in order to keep the mental resilience strong enough to withstand this storm that will never go away. But understand this, as this video comes to an end, Christ loves you more than anything. And in order to have him be your mentor, you have to show him that you are the perfect student. He guides your boat, but you must row it. Please, do not ever get the notion that these videos are meant to be self-gratifying, or that this is something that is meant to give any glory to myself. It's meant to give it all to the Most High, God. He is the higher power, and he is the one that you should look up to, not me. All of my gifts, wisdom, and strength comes from him. So as this video comes to an end, guys, I'm gonna give you a little 360 of this beautiful getaway that I'm at. Lastly, I just want to end this little first piece of content off with that I love each and every one of you guys that is watching this. I hope that this will expand into something much greater than I could have ever imagined. And even if I might not know you face to face, if you are even watching this, I know that you are on the right path. I love all of you guys immensely, and please take care of yourself and understand that there's more greater waiting out there for you. Much love. Surrender to Christ in all your ways, and plenty more videos coming out soon on the way. Just be patient. This is a journey and a battle against something that I've been struggling with for the latter part of my life, which is a fear of being perceived, which little by little I no longer care about as much anymore. Love y'all. See you guys in the next vid.